And Tom, why don't you take us? This is going to be our final project.
Yeah, and this will be our final project, and it's definitely one that warms my English major heart to see a group take some inspiration from the fine arts. Uh, this is an application that takes several masterpieces, including potentially your own, and puts them into a really exciting VR experience. It's very cool. Their name is V-aRt, and I'll let them show you what they've made.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Rosso. This is Alex Press, Tawsif Ahmed, and James Dooley. The name of our project is V-aRt. When we first got together to discuss ideas for a project, we soon discovered our shared passion for VR. We knew we wanted to do something in 3D and something that looked amazing. However, one thing we noticed about many VR apps is that they tended to seclude the user by wrapping him or her in an environment that had little connection to the outside world. We knew we wanted our app to be different. We wanted it to be both social and immersive. Enter V-aRt. V-aRt is a digital art gallery. It gives users a canvas and places their works in surrealistic 3D environments. Users can then save their works, share them with friends, or browse the galleries of other artists. With V-aRt, users can make their mark on the digital world. Now here's Alex Press to describe the user's experience.
Upon signing in, a user is taken to their dashboard where they can edit their information and create a new gallery. Here, they can change the cover photo that will represent their gallery in the virtual world and change the gallery environment in which their paintings will be displayed. Now let's head over to the canvas to create a painting. Here we have access to a variety of tools, and our painting is stored in session data. So you can undo and restore changes as you see fit. Once it's complete, it'll be rendered in your 3D world, and you can view it along with your other creations. You can seamlessly move through other galleries by interacting with the buttons on the right. Now I'd like to hand it back to Jason to talk about the architecture of our site.
In order to render 3D content and deliver user paintings, our app had to be supported by a complex front-end and back-end that weaves together multiple technologies. Our back-end is a Feathers.js server being run in a Node environment. It communicates with Amazon S3 web services to host user images, as well as our PostgreSQL database. Our front-end and user interface is built using React, along with Redux for management of state. All the 3D content you see being rendered is through A-Frame, an HTML framework made specifically for VR. And now here's Tawsif Ahmed to talk a little bit more about our back-end.
Thank you, Jason. We use Feathers, a web framework built on top of Express to quickly build a server that exposes REST APIs to our database. And this freed our time to work on more core problems, like allowing an artist to upload a painting, which is then be fetched by the front end quickly and efficiently. We initially thought about storing the paintings, which are just image files, in our PostgreSQL database as a blob. This will result in data bloating in our database and application state. And the front end, we need to encode the binary files to a data URI format. So we concluded that using Amazon S3, a popular file storage and hosting service, was the better way to go to avoid these problems and use a simple hosted image URL. Our next problem was in our S3 endpoint, our fetch times were slow. So to eliminate our fetch times, we stored the image URLs in our database, which reduced the fetch times up to 20 times and eliminated additional HTTP requests compared to our S3 only endpoint that didn't store image URLs. And due to the critical nature of our S3 and our S3 service, we wrote a suite of automated tests to let us know if and when our service breaks. I'm going to hand the mic off to James, who's going to talk about the VR.
Thanks, Seth. When we set out to make a VR artist community, we made a conscious decision to make the user experience as intuitive as possible. So we came up with 3 core features that we'd have within our app. The first is we want to be able to easily navigate our entire app in VR only. The second is that we'd like to be able to easily switch between our VR view and our gallery view. And the third is that we want to be able to we use A-Frame for this app. A-Frame, one of the problems that A-Frame help us combat is how to navigate our entire website in VR. But how do we do this? Well, we add a clickable link object into the environment with an href to our front-end routing, and it worked. But for this reason, where someone's rendering it on their phone and doesn't have an external controller, we need a way for them to be able to navigate. So what we did was we implemented a component called Cursor Fuse, which bind link functionality or look functionality to click events for a more seamless experience. Thank you. We are V-aRt. You can visit us at GitHub V-aRt/io. Thank you very much.
I really like the any other projects that use unique visualizations in VR and actually really take advantage of the whole idea of VR. I think art is one of those areas where I think there is like space for real innovation. Using the VR technology, and yeah, I think they did a very good job.
And I think at the end we didn't catch it, but it sounds like they implemented something that lets you look and click instead of having to have a controller and click. That's pretty cool. That's like my own dream for mousing around, is that it can use visual tracking instead of physical tracking. All right, if you like virtual reality and surrealist art and React A-frame, you can vote for. It's pronounced V-art or VART? I like VART.
That's a V-aRt.
It's V-art. You can vote for V-art at down below. And that's V-art wraps up all of our Demo Day team presentations. So
all right.
First of all, a round of applause to all of our students who presented today.